one.
Where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all? Is it love if I take your is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into the dark puddle. How can I write love into reality? If I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat, what do you call love in your reality? And in your reality if I don't know how to love you. I'll leave you be.
All right. How's it going, Toxins? Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Testoey. How's it going, Voidless Nick? Hey, Non-Creative. Hey, Minta. Hey, Leia. Hey, Rocky Stan.
Phil. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing
I
great.
wanted to let you know that there is an unofficial TAD game called Lost Demo.
Is there a VR
cool.
version?
Also want 18.
18 months. Hey, weird-looking cat. Hey, Hacksaw Bloom. Hey, Bid. Hey, Why So Cereal. Hey, Free Spring. Hey, Icarus. Hey, Viola. Hey, Soren. Definitely not a robot. Tofi. Hey, Mad God Chase. Hey, Paradox Pilot. Coden. Hey, Gauss Block. Choco Benny. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Hey, GPS. Hey, Terry. Hey, Roberto. Hey, Paradox Pilot. Hey, Dosia Mal. Sketchy. Hey, Topaz. Can't wait for the YURI game, watching this with my girlfriend. Oh, very appropriate, actually. Hey, sorry, the oddball thing for the 8 months.
I started making videos recently.
Neat.
What kind of mic do you recommend for starting?
Well, depends on your budget, honestly. First of all, throughout all of my streams, like, except for, like, the very first ones, I've been using the microphone, the USB microphone, HyperX Quadcast. It's not exactly the most ideal thing in the world, but, like, you know, it's not unlistenable, and, like, it's affordable compared to other, like, super high-quality mics out there, so I would recommend it personally. Hey, Angry Destroyer! Thank you for the $2. How's it going? Eating pizza and Mountain Dew while watching. That's the classic gamer food, alright? Pulling me straight into the 2000s, hell yeah. Hey Jennifer, thank you for the super chat. Phil, I want you to get a good ending for Ganglin's game or I'll spill coffee all over you. I have no idea how to get good endings in this game.
Can't wait to see your thoughts.
Thank you, Mr. Shu. Thank you for the 9 months. Yeah, this has been a pretty big requested game from the Toxic Cesspit. Like, pretty much in, like, almost every single, like, Toxic poll that I've done in, like, the past few months, people have been telling me to play this game.
You're doing great.
I'm doing great, Jaker. A little bit low energy right now, because, like, I've been trying not to abuse energy drinks, and, like, yesterday's stream left me pretty tired. Not the Balatro one, the Undertale one that I did with Kako after that stream. So I've been trying to just chill out and, like, stay in bed and just, like, get as much sleep as possible, but I'm still pretty tired, you know? Game made for the gays. Hell yeah, Coco. I mean, 90% of the cesspit is, like, fruity anyway, so I think it makes sense of why you people can recommend this. Hell yeah, Hari Manui! Hopefully the work grind hasn't grinded your spirit down, though. Just, you know, try to chill out as much as possible. Sometimes, when you're overworked and tired, all you need to do is just retreat back into your gremlin cave and just not talk to anyone until you feel better.
It's been 21 months repeat.
Hello, Bo.
I'm not much of a concert goer, but the other day I went to the Living Tombstones show and lost my voice Lamau.
There was a Living Tombstone show in Chile? Wait a second, I didn't know about this. Hold on a second. Oh my fucking god! Oh, I missed this! God damn it! Did they perform? What songs did they perform? Hold on a second. Yeah, the event was already done. 19th of August in Chile. God damn it! What songs did they perform? My Ordinary Life? My Ordinary Life? No! Oh, man! Oh well, maybe in the future I'll go into one of those. Like, what Quite said some time ago? That, like, I'm in the relatively, like, popular, like, nerdcore audience of, like, song listeners. Like, Will Wood, like, Lemon Demon, video game soundtracks, The Living Tombstone, Ken Ashcorp. Like, that's kind of, like, the vibe that I vibe with, like, in terms of, like, song shits. I want to get into other, like, rappers and stuff, because, like, Quite has been getting me into those kinds of things, but that's the general, like, vibe that I fuck with, you know? Yeah, Quite is 100% right about you. I don't disprove it, honestly. I mean, I've never been that, like, enthusiastic about music in the first place. My taste in music can best be described as nerdcore with a bit of, like, Chilean flair, like, to it. Because, like, I was stuck, like, in the back of my parents', like, car, like, listening to, like, Chilean radio stations and reggaeton and fucking, like, cumbias for, like, years.
Today's my birthday.
Hey, Adventurer?
I got birthday money, so I might take a look in the merch store.
Ooh.
3C trans rights.
Trans rights!
Flag emoji.
Thank you, Kana.
Heart emoji.
Thank you for the 5 months, and happy birthday! I mean, if you do get some money during your birthday, make sure to save it up just in case in the future, you know? You don't want to be irresponsible with your birthday money, but if you want to get something for yourself, be my guest. Happy birthday. Hello, I'm here for the YURI. Welcome, Alicia. I mean, I'm not sure the extent of the YURI that we're gonna have here. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like fan service or like it's gonna be like a very important plot factor. All that I know about Bad End Theater is that a lot of people want me to play it, and it's like a visual novel type of thing. Hey, Foolish Fiend, thank you for the super chat. Nom Nom Nami is the GOAT. I love their games. Hell yeah. Hey, Cosmic Genesis.
17 months. 7 months away from 2 years.
Time passes by really fast, doesn't it? Let's see. What else can I say before I go and start the game? I mainly want to say that... Hey, Flower, thank you for the $5. Wow. Time passes way too quickly. Oh, yeah. I just want to say, there's some leaks going on currently in the toxic cesspit. And I encourage you to do whatever the fuck you want with that information, because I don't really care. Hey, Coden. Put Tormented Souls on the list. Interesting survival horror. Oh, I got a peek at Tormented Souls, actually, myself. Not really. Like, I don't really like the visuals. They're a little bit too detailed. Hell yeah, Fusion Harbor, thank you for the 27 months. Yeah, there are some current leaks going on. And if you stumble upon those leaks, good? No, not good? Depends. Do you want to be kept, surprised for October? If you don't, you can go look at those leaks. If not, if you are actually want to keep the surprise for October, then just, try to avoid those leaks, I guess. If there's, like, any servers you guys hang out in, I don't know. I don't really have a Discord server anymore or, like, anything like that to, like, watch over you people. So, you know, just get a look at it if you want to. If not, save yourself for October. Can't believe Phil is facilitating the gas leaks. It's less that I facilitate the gas leaks and more like I don't really care if people, like, huff the gas, as long as it makes them happy. But otherwise, stay away from the gas. Don't inhale the gas. What else? Oh yeah! I am very, very, very excited for the end of the year, especially in October. I have plans. I have a gigantic whiteboard to the left of me, and those plans are finally materializing around October, like, from October to December. I have some ideas for what I want to do. After I implement the new schedule, like, the new, like, stream schedule and the new, like, consistent timings, like, I'm gonna be, like, pushing those plans forward.
Have you tried using duct tape? Always fixes my leaks.
I don't like duct tape, it's bad for ducks. Hey, Undead Pancake.
Glad to catch another stream finally.
Thank you, Undead Pancake, and thank you, Fartface, for the $5. But, I've been thinking for the longest time, and I'm gonna keep it vague for you people, because I don't want any unfair advantages. But I've been thinking for the longest time about doing a game jam. I can't talk about many of the details about the game jam because if I say anything, people could get an unfair advantage on it. If you don't know what a game jam is, it's basically a event that someone holds and hosts around making a video game in any specific engine or like any specific genre and stuff like that. They announce the game jam, and people can band together to make games under a very specific time limit. Could be like weeks, could be like months, could be like years. Really depends on the game jam specifications. And then they tie it all together with a theme. I am in the process of planning out an official toxic game jam. Toxic cesspit game jam. And because you guys are very, very fucking kind with your donations and super chats and memberships and stuff like that, I will actually be able to afford to actually have a proper prize pool for that game jam. I've been inspired a lot directly by another VTuber that I genuinely respect with all my heart, Dokibird. Dokibird hosted her own game jam, and like, I don't know, like a few weeks ago. And because of her, and like her imagination and the way that she treats her community, it really inspired me to like actually get off my ass and get this idea properly started. So I will be hosting a game jam in the future. Like, I will be announcing it, and after a week of announcing it, I will be announcing the theme of the game jam. So I will have rules and stuff all hosted on Itch.io, okay? And it's gonna have a proper prize pool for the third, second, and first place winners. Actual money, like, rewards, you know? Like, because I've saved up enough to be able to, like, offer a decent prize pool for people. So I'm not saying to form teams right now of people, like if anybody here has like game development experience or stuff like that. But I'm saying is, you should be looking forward to that around the final months of the year. Okay? Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you, question mark, for joining the cesspit. I will not announce the theme. I will not announce what the idea is gonna be about. Though, I guess, okay. The only thing I could possibly give you that wouldn't be unfair to give out early on is that I want that game jam to be a platform for people to make their own things.
Good news. The Bionicle game that got cancelled is getting reskinned into its own IP with the previous gameplay that the team already created intact.
Actually, that is extremely appropriate for what I was about to say, Temple Beast. I want to make this game jam so Toxins in the cesspit and people outside of the community can make their own IP. Like, their own thing, you know? Like, I want it to serve as a vehicle for people to get their own shit started. Not so that I can own a bunch of, like, toxic cesspit fan games and stuff like that, you know? Like, a lot of people want to make toxic cesspit fan games, and I will probably still allow that if people really, really, really want to do those. But one of the main goals of the game jam is going to be motivating people to make their own things that they can care about for themselves. And they can also own by themselves, you know? So I'm not gonna be like, ooh, you make this Phisnom fan game, so now I owe the copyright to this. It's like, no, I want to motivate people to make their own things that they can be proud of, you know? Thank you, Paradox Pilot, for the $2. Adding to the pool like I'm buying games, Lamau. Thank you, Paradox. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that whenever you super chat, like, the prize pool is gonna increase. Like, no, like, that's not the deal. I've been saving money for this occasion for a while now. But I do still really appreciate the super chats. Hey, Gabe, thank you for the membership. Remember, chat, Phil may be Phil, but he is not Nintendo. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking copyright strike you. Like, fucking whatever. Hey, Topaz, that sounds awesome. It's epic to encourage others to create their own games and content. It's so fucking cool. It's more that, it's less that, and more that I want to encourage people around me to start something that they can care about for themselves. Because I feel like it's incredibly unhealthy to be attached to something that you don't own and then, like, become bitter about, like, the direction that it's going towards, you know? Like, I feel like people should have something that they own for themselves, and they can have full control over that, so that they have control over their lives, I guess? I don't know how to explain it. There's way too many people that are too focused on, like, fan games or fan content or fan designs, and those things usually get, go nowhere, because they're usually, like, trapped within the IP of, like, a corporation or, like, something that they don't have control over, you know? Yeah, I know the feeling. I'm planning on streaming because of you, Phil. Well, you can do it by yourself, but, like, I don't own the concept of streaming, you know? That's why I encourage so many people to use, like, toxic sonas or, like, toxins as, like, OCs that they can, like, you know, play around with for themselves. Like, I don't own the concept of a fucking black and white, like, neon-colored, like, slime girl. I want people in the community to, like, own their concepts and, like, have fun with their own characters and their own OCs. Because I feel like that's way more, valuable for people than holding control over a fucking concept or IP, you know? True, especially now in the current landscape, carving out a space for yourself that is yours and yours alone is so important, yes! Something that cannot be controlled by a corporation or, like, a external, like, IP holder, you know? Also, the Toxic Sona review stream is still going for December, by the way. That's still a thing. I am still, like, organizing stuff for that as well. I have a lot of shit. I have a lot of shit in this whiteboard that I want to do. So yeah, it's gonna be, like, the Game Jam concept. It's gonna be something, there's also gonna be something special for you guys in October that may or may not have leaked at the moment. And then there is the December Toxic Sona review stream. That's what I currently got going on that I can reveal for the cesspit right now. Anyways, that should be it. That's all I really want to say at the moment. Time for YURI! Gay people. Welcome to Bad and Theater!
_phi hype _phi hype _phi hype.
Thank you, Blue the Shroom. The Toxic Cesspit is gonna eat good for the last couple of months. I always like to make, like, the end of the year, like, a special thing for the Toxins. Alright. I'm looking forward to that Toxic Sona review stream, by the way. I know that you guys have been evolving as artists for, like, these past years. I want to see how your progress has been. Alright. What the hell is Bad End Theater? Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fates. You will make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. You are the demon doll. You are the human doll. Well, obviously I'm gonna go with the demon. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce-looking guy, just minding their own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Wicked! Attack it. Play nice. You try to make friends with the human doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless! You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time, try controlling the other doll. But what if I just do the demon doll again? Go ahead and try playing as the human doll this time. It's not gonna let me do it. Fair enough. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy just minding their own business. How will you interact with the demon doll? Attack it or play nice? Play nice? Ooh? You and the demon doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. Why? This isn't a bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's just not suited to my theater whatsoever. Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to what you choose during your last playthrough. So, if I choose for the demon to play nice, in the next playthrough, if I choose another character, they will actually play nice,
Hi,
just
Phil.
as I planned
How
them.
you doing?
I'm doing
Smile.
great, Adam. Thank you. Okay, so it remembers what I do on the last playthrough, and so whatever choices the character made on the last playthrough, I can ensure that they will do them the same. Sounds like Undertale, doesn't it? Not really. It sounds more like a puzzle game than anything. But now you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from that doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Yeah, exactly. So it's like a visual novel, but the choices made in the playthroughs are actually part of the puzzle. Try turning the doll's behaviors on and off and see the different outcomes. Set the doll's behavior before the story begins. Human doll hostile. The human doll will attack. Wicked. The demon doll will attack. Interesting. What about this button? What about the top right button? Do you understand how to play? Oh, shit. Okay, that was to skip the tutorial, my bad. Alright, let's try to do the demon doll. And then attack. You kill the human doll in cold blood. How ruthless! You found the very first bad ending. Now, what if I make them both attack? You both attack each other and achieve the worst possible outcome. What an excellent bad ending, made possible by your decisions. You'll do well in this theater. Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. So, yeah, I can turn these off. And if I turn both of them off, will that give me the good ending? Wait, I set this one to hostile. Not to hostile, to play nice. So if I attack it now... Yeah! You kill the human doll in cold blood, how ruthless! End the tutorial. Alright, well, I'm done. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Can I get the good ending just on my first try? No, because I need to control the character's decisions to get the good ending. Without further ado, let's start the show. Hello, Phil, I just got here. Welcome to the stream. We're literally just starting the game, so all y'all that arrived now, you're just in time. Let's see. 41 endings? This is the tutorial, and this is the credits, I guess? Oh, these are cute. The hero. You are a maiden. You are an underling. Oh my god, look at their teeth! You are the Overlord. So, which one of these should we go with first, chat? Which one is your favorite? I really like the Underling. The Underling has, like, such good energy, in my opinion. The little gremlin, little shit. Teeth. Gremolin. Alright, people seem to like the Underling. Phil is Underling coded. I recently received an order from Gamersubs, using the code, of course, and they included some of their noodles. They're pretty good. Yeah, I got some noodles as well. I recommend them. I mean, they're not really, like, super special. I still prefer the drinks, but, like, yeah, I like that they offer, like, some, like, instant noodles for people. Use code TOXIC at gamersubs.gg/toxic. Anyway, We will go with the Underling.
You are a demon underling. In service of the Overlord, you aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and questioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. Why, what does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she is kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction.
Let's overthrow her. Let's not. Okay, that's the first decision. I mean, they don't seem very comfortable with this decision. Rebellion, overthrow. Let's not for now. You tell your friends you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. Aww. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. Oh? The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. Gobble her up. Tell her to quit yelling. She is cute, though. I'm hungry. Violencia! Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. Oh, shit! You start devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought and feel quite proud of that. No! Oh! The other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching! Oh shit, she gone! Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. Put on a show, change your mind and leave. I'm gonna be evil, fuck it. You attack the nearest human. He is old and weak, and his bones are crunched delightfully. Oh no. Phil, you can't give in to cannibalism again, god damn you. But I'm a demon. It's my job. Your audience screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running toward you. He takes you out with one swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. The curtain closes. Oh, got the performer underling ending. Interesting. So I can set different behaviors for the different characters and then they get different endings based off of that. Okay. Each one has 2 actions that they can perform during their, like, events. That seems quite small. How can they lead into such, like, different endings? Alright, how about this? We're gonna go through each character, like, path first, and then we're gonna start, like, adjusting their behaviors, okay? So... how should we do it? Because, like, currently, we could try to, like, do the other Underling endings first, and then do another character, or we can just do another character right away. I'm not sure how to organize this playthrough, you know what I mean? We can do all Underling endings, then all, like, hero endings, all Maiden endings, and all Overlord endings. Yeah, get a feel for each character, you know? So, how do I, like, skip through this? There we go. Okay, so now, what we can try to do is... Let's not... Gobble her up. And change your mind and leave.
You figure if people are this upset at just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you would commit. Also, they might fight back. That probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been adequately refreshing. You return to the castle, thinking you'll take a nap. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. You emerge from your room to find that a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and associates. What a jerk!
Avenge your fallen comrades. Save yourself. Let me guess, if I try, I will just die.
Who does this guy think he is? Coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac. What did we ever do to him?
You lunge at him while he's busy driving his sword into the guard, who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling down. Aww! You like that guard. You wish with all your demon heart for this hero to suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword through you, but there is no pain. Only retribution. More of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero is overtaken. Your army has won. You have earned your rest. Oh! The Victorious Underling ending. So, those little skull, like, decisions are not actually, like, behaviors that can turn on and off. Those are, like, death endings. Let's not. Gobble her up. Change your mind and leave. Alright. What about save yourself?
You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad not to be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle, until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is kind of expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from any humans or demons, where you'll live peacefully, alone, in some deep dark forest somewhere. Deserter Underling ending. Okay, I'm kind of getting the idea here. I need to make sure that every single character in the story lives, but to do that, I need to make sure that they all, like, befriend each other, or at least, like, help each other out. You know what I mean? Because, like, I can't simply have one character live, but that doesn't guarantee that the hero or the maiden, or, like, one of these will get to live either, you know? I can do a selfish ending, but that will leave the story uncompleted for the rest of these. Let's check out the other options. Alright, so, if I want these characters to live, that means that I need to not gobble this one up. Tell her to quit yelling. Aww! When the maiden realizes you're not hurting her, she regains her composure. Now she started talking to you like you're friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you. Why? Because why is there conveniently only one language in this world? If demons and humans have independent societies, wouldn't it make sense for them to have their own language? The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line is, from what you can gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Overlord asks where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. Aww, she's cute. You apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. Oh, look at her! The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mentioned how you can't believe you and your friends even considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look at you and says, that was just a joke, of course. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. Oh, she's adorable. Oh no, wait, it leads to here anyway? After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. Yeah. So the hero still comes into the Overlord's castle, probably to save the maiden, right? And then he dies. Well, we both of us die. Aww. Okay, so with the Underling, I can actually say, like, not kill the maiden, but it won't actually change my destiny. Interesting. So it doesn't really matter what happens with the maiden, but she will eventually go to the Overlord's castle. Alright, what happens when we try to overthrow the maiden? I mean the Overlord. I think this is the last decision that we have left on the Underling's path. Let's overthrow her. No! You're sick of this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change of management. Your friends suggest that maybe you should be the new Overlord. You like the sound of that? You announced your first act of rebellion is to take that day off like you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed, though. You assure them that you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. Oh. And this goes back to the maiden. Huh. Does it change anything in the future, then? Okay, so we save the maiden, or like, we don't kill the maiden. We go back to the Overlord. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and your friends even considered overthrowing her. Oh. So it's still the same. And the hero comes. And it's done. Okay, so that first option didn't seem to do much of anything. Gets involved in the plot to kill the Overlord. Eats the maiden immediately. We have 3 out of 41 endings, by the way. Alright, so we have set the Underling on this path. Let's see, which would be the most ideal path for the Underling? We're gonna have them still be loyal to the Overlord, and we're not gonna have them kill the maiden, alright? So, like, both of these options will be, like, turned off for the moment, okay? Which one should we do next? Should we do the Overlord? The maiden? The hero? Endless time loop. I guess this is a sort of a time loop. I guess the only, like, the first character that we met as the Underling is the maiden.
Yeah, everybody wants to see the maiden. Hey, Terry.
Choose that one.
Alright, I got my mouse hovered over the maiden, so I will choose the maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. Aww, she's adorable! You are told that you're fated to be captured by the overlord one day because you're a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity? Who knows? You are in a church. You pray to your god, asking why you have been born into this role of a maiden. You respect the divine plan and all that shit, but you're really just curious about what the point of it all is. You really are impatient.
300 years of the Slime Man.
Thank you, editor. 30 months is a lot. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Wow, this woman's a freak! Maybe you'd just understand your role better if you were just to hurry up and get captured already. Wow, she's a freak! She wants some action, huh? Pure-hearted maiden, my ass. You leave a note and venture forth to find the demon. Just to see what happens, you know? Just to see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. Rhyme. Shout for a hero to come save you. Introduce yourself. Well, I'm gonna be acting like what I think the maiden would act. Let's just introduce ourselves to the underling. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. You fucking freak! The demon doesn't really seem to have really been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agree to take you to their master castle nonetheless. Ooh. After a long walk to the castle, you're introduced to the Overlord. She lectures the underling that brought you here, who was apparently told not to leave their post. You wonder what cruel punishment awaits them. But to your surprise, she lets them off easily. The underling is dismissed, and the Overlord turns to you, looking very interested. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. This doesn't really make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen. Then the hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe that you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough? Honey, you're gay. It's okay. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to fucking understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude. You just got here. Look at them! Obey her? Refuse to leave. Well, she clearly doesn't want to leave this hot piece, so refuse. You put your foot down and tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! Look at the two of them. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize that they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize that that must be why you'd never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. Anyways, she says that you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems that the Overlord could say the same about humans. You may be different, but really, they're just trying to live their own lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be a super evil all along, eh? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place was far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kinda like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Oh! It's actually a really cool allegory, by the way. Just saying. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. Oh. Ah, shit! The home wrecker comes in. But then, a hero barges into the room. His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon, too. You realize it must have been demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The Overlord has walked past the hero and out into the hall. She's wailing. Oh no. Yaoi Genocide Part 2, YURI Homicide. You can only guess what horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. The Overlord, who had just been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. It's clear now that you had been deceived by her sweet words. No! Demons are ruthless monsters after all! You somehow managed to slip past the Overlord and make it out of the blood-soaked castle. You never looked back. No! Oh, and that was so sweet before! What other endings can we get for the Maiden? Let's see. Alright. What if we are obedient towards the Overlord? Hey Coco, thank you for the $5.
No Yuri for you, mwahahaha.
We're gonna get that Yuri, motherfucker! That's the objective of the game. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He's covered in demon blood. You're frightened by the sight of him and run away. You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions, and you tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here, you notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. Oh. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. Gay? Gay? Is she gay? Is she gay? Is she gay? You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer! The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero? They ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing that they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be, they said. Have the people in this village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? Wow, this is such a heavy-handed metaphor, holy shit! You wonder how you missed that before. You are seized by the crowd, and the voices from all sides are calling for public execution! You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that, though. You have always lived honestly, so why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors. What? The family? But they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. You're gonna be burned at the stake while your family and friends watch? Oh, man. I don't know what the maiden was on about, because holy fuck, I would let that demon overlord rip my guts out. I know, right? They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so sorry.
Thank you.
Oh!
All these people are racist against demons and homophobic. Can't think Maiden Overlord had a happy ending?
We're gonna try, Name. We're gonna try in the stream. There are 41 endings in this game. Surely one of them will have a good ending, right? Surely one of them. It's only 5 out of 41. Alright, let's see. It's called Bad Ending Theater for a reason, Fail. No! There has to be one more ending. Let's see. Okay, so we've done all the other options, so let's try shout for a hero to come save you. You yell, but a hero does not come. The demon is put off by your sudden shouting and asks you to keep it down. You apologize. They seem more confused than hostile, which totally catches you off guard. Okay. So that's the same. Interesting. So the first options don't seem to really be that noteworthy in terms of change. Like, being disloyal as the Underling doesn't really change the Underling story. Being polite doesn't really change the Maiden story. But maybe if these options were to be combined, it would result in different endings? Alright, that's the Maiden story. Let's set the Maiden to be polite and not obedient. She will remain in the Overlord's castle. Underling, all the same options. What next? Should we do the hero or should we do the Overlord? Like, already it's getting like a little bit complicated with the two characters that we got selected, right? Try out the hero. Hero. Adi says hero. Okay, a bunch of people want me to do the hero. So let's leave the Overlord for last, then. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You are told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby Demon Overlord's castle.
Thank you.
Hey, Potato.
1: that button in the corner isn't credits. 2: to get the good ending you have to get all.
Yeah, makes sense. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You just don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Bravely slaughter the evil creatures, or flee like a coward. We need to get some XP, so... You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Cut through the demon army, ask if they'll let you in. Kill them all! You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are all evil demons anyway. The world is much safer until with them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after the other on your way to the Overlord's chambers. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening? You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There is no time to hesitate. Destroy the Overlord? Ask the maiden what's going on. Kill! You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams, then falls silent. Purple Max says, Doomed Yuri? Where? You'll see. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. Oh no! She takes it. After slight hesitation, she must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden back home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. Is she gonna fucking kill him? Is she gonna fucking kill him? Oh. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Triumphant hero end. What a good ending, right? What a good ending. Interesting. So, like, the hero is the only one left happy in that entire encounter. Okay. This guy is trash. Boo! Alright, let's see. Slaughter everyone. Now, instead of just killing the Overlord immediately, we just ask what's going on. She explains that she came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitantly asks why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The Overlord moves past you and out the door to see her army in lifeless, bloody pieces. She's wailing. It's horrible! This is your chance, hero! Let me guess, it's just gonna lead to the same, like, kill the Overlord ending. You lunge forward, driving the blade through the evil Overlord. She screams and falls silent. Yep, there we go. It's the same thing. Alright. It's all just a big misunderstanding. You hope that she'll let this slide, the whole thing slide, if you could just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. Oh, she tears you apart, and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Tragic hero end. Right, so we can adjust the behavior of the hero and then choose another one of these characters to see where this leads to. Let's just finish up the hero like side of the route and see what happens on the other choices. So, bravely slaughter the evil creatures, and then ask if they'll let you in. You attempt to explain why you've come, but the monster before you is eyeing you with suspicion. They can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier. You haven't had the chance to wash off yet. Ah, you have no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience points for you. Right. You make it to the Overlord's chamber and hope you're still in time to save the maiden. Yeah, okay. And that's the same thing. What about the first choice? Flee like a coward! Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Ask if they'll let you in. Oh, this one is cute now. You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down, and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you, and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. The Overlord and Maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. Ooh, okay, they're all chill with each other now. Okay, interesting. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There is no time to hesitate. So this is just gonna lead to me, like, you know, killing the Overlord. Ask the maiden what's going on. Hey, name? Is there a way to kill that hero
before he gets to the Overlord room?
I'm not quite sure, but considering there's 41 endings, I can try to do something with the Underling, maybe. The maiden explains that she was never actually captured, and that she came here on her own volition. That was a pretty dangerous thing for her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. Good ending? You ask her to return to town with you, to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord— No! The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you casually exit the castle. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she's been pretty quiet since leaving the Overlord's room. Is she shy? She suddenly stops in her tracks, and you turn your head to ask what the deal is. Oh? In defense of the hero, he got corrupted by love. Aww. Oh, the Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames? You can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did.
Phisnom is playing Peak, first Ultra Kill, and now this? Genuinely two of my favorite games alongside Rain World.
I'm not playing Peak, that's probably gonna happen next week, but yeah, it's a pretty good game so far. I think you subpar. You can't help but feel like relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did, but she suddenly takes off towards the burning castle. Panic sets in, and you follow, trying to stop her. The smoke is so thick, you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take another step forward. No, going in there would be suicide. You'll return to the villagers and tell them that there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Ha! So, is that because they were trying to overthrow the Overlord? Oh shit, we actually do get more we do get more options. It opened up. There's a third one now. Interesting. Okay. I see what's going on. So, now that we've done the hero ending and we can, like, make him diplomatic, we can go through the other stories and, like, go through a more diplomatic hero path, you know? Alright. What we're gonna do now is... let's check off the diplomatic behavior for the hero and see what the normal Overlord path is. And then once we've done that, we pretty much have, like, all the stories, like, ticked off, and then we're gonna have to start playing around with the options, you know? So we're gonna do like the vanilla paths for every single character, and then we're gonna start playing with the options and like behaviors, you know? So we're gonna have like a standard hero, a polite maiden, a loyal but friendly underling, and let's check out the Overlord. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose sole purpose in life is to just dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes that they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. Oh, she's adorable. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kinda bothers you. What to do with this underling? Tell them to get back to work, tyrant. Grant them the day off. So, the Overlord always told them to get back to work, right? In like the previous like paths, we always told the underling to get back to work. Because they were not supposed to run off that day. Tell them to get back to work. You give them a lecture about responsibility and questioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure that they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy Overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fall asleep pretty quick. Just another one of your amazing talents as the Overlord. You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. You thought that you told that underling to do their job, not drag strangers into your room. Looks like they took an unauthorized break away from the castle. You scold them, but ultimately, you're a little interested in the guests, so you let them off easy. That underling's not so bad. Oh, we get to see her from her perspective. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her that you never had any plans to capture any humans. Mordecai and Rigby, stop throwing the stupid demon rebellion. Get back to work or you're fired! She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay with and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. Aww. You wonder what to say. Tell her she'd better go home. Antisocial. Let her stay for a while. Well... In the other stories, the Overlord tells her to go home, so go home. Antisocial is great. You would love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put your mean face on and tell her to get lost. Aww! But the maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You do not want to hurt her, but you also really want her to leave just in case something bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, I think. Alex says, Overlord/Maiden are so Susie/Noelle coded. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not all what she expected them to be. You are glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as to not agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people of my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. Aww, I want to pinch her cheeks. Oh my god, she's so cute. You are surprised to hear her thank you. You have always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time, and that you were always super evil and all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying that she wouldn't mind being held captive here, you fucking freak. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. Aww. You can't tell if she's into you or not. Are you blind, woman? Are you fucking blind? Uh-oh. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time, it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden, who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? Oh shit, he's not covered in blood. After everything is explained, the hero expresses his relief to this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confused feelings well up inside of your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Keep her here? Possessive? Let them go. Let them go. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious Overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. Until your door slams shut. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Oh! Did I accidentally turn off the diplomatic option? No, what? Wait a second. Oh, I have to put on the dutiful option. Yeah, I'm stupid. Okay, I had to put on the dutiful option first. Interesting. Alright, so let's check out the other options of the Overlord first. Alright, so what if we choose for the Overlord to be possessive over the Maiden? The Maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her her wish. You tell the hero you won't let him take her home. The Maiden assures you that she'll be back, but you don't budge. The hero is cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe your demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice! You destroy the hero before he can steal your maiden away. She's frightened. You don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to her village? Now she doesn't have to leave. You take a step toward the maiden, and she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. Oh! You'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Oh! The selfish Overlord ending. Toxic YURI! Oh shit! The smile at the end though. Okay, so you can let the Overlord win. What about the other options? Tell her to stay for a while. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. Yeah, that doesn't really change anything though, does it? Okay. And what about grant them the day off? Thumbs up! You tell them to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. Right, so that doesn't change this outcome. But would it change the castle ending? Is letting the Underling off, like, going to prevent the mutiny, you know? No! Still dies in the fire! Okay. Nothing changed. Nothing changed, nothing changed, nothing changed. Alright. What happens if the hero is dutiful and prefers not to solve things through violence? Let's see. You notice the sounds of battle have started ringing through the castle halls. The maiden is getting nervous, but you reassure her that it's only your underlings roughhousing. No big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He is covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle has really taken it out of you. The hero did this? There's so much blood! Why? Did he come to rescue the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The hero starts babbling insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing.
But you are far beyond hearing that kind of bullshit! You have had it with these humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero.
When you regain control, there is nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone.
Valid crash out, though!
Oh.
Thank you.
Currently watching this waiting in line in the rain for a concert. Watching Doomed Yuri helps.
Thank you, Pro Max. Hopefully the line is not going to be that long, and good luck with the concerts. Well, so we have more or less done the main paths for every single character, and every single ending thus far has been fucking bullshit. So, how do we do this? How can we get this to work properly? I'm not going to, like, ask for, like, an immediate good end. I'm just trying to see, like, what interesting outcomes can we do with this system, right? Skello says, maybe try and change the Underling's ending by stopping them from rebelling. The thing is, the Underling doesn't really have much of an option with the rebellion, you know? But what if we do, for example... Because, like, every single time that the Underling gets to the end of their, like, story, they either get killed by the hero, or they leave the castle, right? So what if we have a dutiful, a not dutiful hero that is very diplomatic and doesn't try to kill the Overlord? What is that going to look like in the Underling path, you know? Also, we're gonna have the Maiden be polite, and... yeah, just polite. And the Tyrant is going to be... I mean, the Overlord is not going to be Tyrant. And she's going to be emotionally open to the Maiden. And she's not going to be possessive of the Maiden. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, so... let's go back, let's go back, actually. Okay.
You're a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbelievably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're going to go crazy if you don't get a break, so you decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. So in this timeline, we made the Overlord grant them a day off. She's surprisingly cool with it! Nice!
You set out on your adventure outside the castle.
The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to...
Wait a second! If the Overlord is chill with the Underling leaving, the Underling won't talk to the other demons about overthrowing the Overlord. Like, we completely skipped the choice of, like, talking to the Underlings about overthrowing the Overlord.
As you make your way along the path,
okay, we meet the Maiden. We hear her out. We bring her to the castle.
They seem to be getting along just fine, so you decide it's about time for a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude! One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say that they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current Overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out. And being a pretty lazy Underling, you of course reply with...
Hey, Pining Tree?
There should be an ending map to show you what you've already got and help decide how to experiment.
I think that's the top right option. We're gonna, like, click on the top right option, like, once we're done with this route and check it out.
You of course reply with... That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead? Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. She's actually not so bad, guys. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. It's a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Oh!
Alright, what's gonna happen if we say, okay, let's kill the Overlord?
You tell them that you were just joking, and clarify that you're totally in it to win. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of false confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. They figured they would just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan! That could go wrong in so many ways! You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance! There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on, and while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot of fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want to come down to this. But you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas.
Oh!
You and your friends turn to notice a pair of humans have overheard your entire conversation. They take off into the castle. Are they headed to the Overlord's room? Fuck! The Overlord will kill you for sure if she found out if you were conspiring to take her out. You dash into the castle after the humans. Sure enough, the Maiden's already frantically telling the Overlord everything. You shout that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up, except they don't. Instead, they blame the whole thing on you. They cry that it was all your idea, and that they were just going with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe that they would tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. You all shout at each other until the Overlord demands silence.
Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel.
She sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear your traitorous friends mutter something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly, the door slams shut. You're trapped in here with the Overlord and the two humans! Then the room bursts into flames! You pound the door, screaming curses at those who betrayed you. The hero joins you, vowing to slay the lot of them. You wish he'd get that chance. The Overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You were forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you've sided with her. But the Overlord doesn't hear your pleas. She drives her claws into your chest. At least she made it quick.
Oh, fuck! So the story goes way beyond that. Oh, shit! Like the combination of the colors as well. So that was like a combination between like the Underling colors and like the Overlord colors. Oh shit! They all died! Okay, okay, okay. Okay, what does this button do? There we go. So, we have found 5 out of the 9 Underling endings. 3 out of the 11 hero endings. 2 out of 11 the Maiden endings. 3 out of... Oh! This is actually extremely helpful. There has to be a good ending here somewhere. Underling is hungry. What does this lead to? That's very good, actually. So, the hero begins the story. Overlord behavior is antisocial. Something happens here. And it leads to an ending. Interesting. Oh. The Underling gets involved in the plot to dethrone the Overlord. Hero behavior is diplomatic. Overlord behavior is possessive. And then something happens with that. Okay. We're gonna do this, and it's gonna be disloyal and a tyrant. What happens then? Let's overthrow her. Hear her out. Let's kill the Overlord.
You sneak into the Overlord's room, but there's a couple of humans in there. You watch the scene unfold.
Straight up the Shadow the Hedgehog roadmap.
You aren't sure why, but the Overlord suddenly cuts down the hero. She approaches the Maiden you brought to her earlier. With the Overlord distracted, you figure this is as good a chance as any. You launch a sneak attack, getting her right in the back. She flinches, giving you enough advantage to take her down. You rip the Overlord apart until she stops moving. That was messier than you would have liked. The Maiden mutters something from the corner.
Thank you for saving me.
It wasn't your intention, but it sounds like you did something heroic. You tell the Maiden to go home. This place is dangerous. She follows your advice and leaves your castle. You are the new Overlord.
Heroic Underling ending. Right. I can easily follow what to do with these, actually. And it shows you that sometimes, like, the decisions don't matter.
5 months. Almost new badge time. Cheers.
Cheers, Lexia! Thank you. We've explored all the bad endings here. So what are these? The Underling gets involved in the plot to dethrone the Overlord. Okay. Then the Overlord behavior is antisocial, and the Maiden is obedience. And something happens with these that leads into a different ending. This is complex. Underling returns to the castle, confirms the plan to kill the Overlord, and then something else happens then. Alright. Okay, we can't do the plan just yet. We need to think of, like, natural options that would change the story, right? So... let's see. What if... the maid... what could it be? What could it be? What could actually change the story for us here? In a way that would maybe benefit the Overlord? Trashy says, this game is honestly so good, and as someone who's a nerd or of alternative timelines, I'm definitely gonna give this game a check out. Yeah, this is cool! You have such little options for the characters, but they all affect things differently, you know? What if we eat the Maiden? Yeah, okay, wait a second. What if we what if the Underling eats the Maiden? Just like an evil Underling overall. But the Maiden is scared by the Underling immediately. Let's see. You're a maiden, blah blah blah, everyone likes you, you're hot as fuck, but you're also like very innocent, but you're also kind of a freak inside, blah 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 blah, you want like a girlfriend and whatever, so you set out to the girlfriend's castle, you find the demon, looking pretty scary. Shout for a hero to come save you. No, introduce yourself. You tell the demon that your name, blah blah blah, blah. The demon suddenly jumps out and starts biting you. A lot, how painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have been just more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This was all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, I guess. Bit by bit, you're swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Fair enough, really! Fair enough. Blah blah blah, you're cute as fuck, you're gay as fuck, you wanna get a girlfriend, blah blah blah, you leave, you get a girlfriend. Alright, but before that, you shout for a hero to come save you. You yell, but a hero does not come. Fuck! Is the hero useless? Okay, a dutiful hero. Let's make this hero as violent as possible. Still dead, because the hero is not available in this time of the story. Okay, so if we have a hungry Underling, the Maiden is just dead. Yeah, dead. She cannot do anything else. Interesting. So the Underling has to be not hungry. Not hungry. Wait a second. Don't slaughter all the demons. Be diplomatic. Don't kill the Overlord. And then Overlord is going to be a tyrant. It's going to be antisocial. No. It's going to be possessive. And let's play the Underling. Gobble her up. Put on a show. Is the hero going to appear? Oh! Yep. Wait, what happened there? I think that was a different ending. No, it didn't show up the achievement, so it's not a different ending. Alright. Let's overthrow her. Gobble her up. Change your mind and leave. And if we kill the Maiden, what the hell's gonna happen here? You admit you hadn't given it much thought and only just remembered it was a thing. Your friends question your loyalty to the cause. Let's kill the Overlord. You tell them you were just joking and clarify blah 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 blah. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'll be to end up on the wrong side of things. But the hero and the Maiden are not gonna be in the castle this time, right? You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs. You're gonna have to be the assassin. You sneak into the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. Time to die! Chicken out. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with it. You turn to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking the exit. In a panicked whisper, you ask them to let you out. This seems to have been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them this is pretty fucked up. You ask them again to be let out. The Overlord stirs in her bed. While your head is turned, the demons shut the door. You scramble into the Overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could have possibly said to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take long to realize that they've set the room on fire.
You hear the Overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. No! The flames of disaster! And we have finally unlocked the third option for the Underling. That means that there has to be another option for the Maiden, right? There has to be another option for the Maiden. But what option does she have? Huh. I thought that the Hero and the Overlord only had 3 options, but like, it's all of them. It's just I haven't unlocked the Maiden option. Hey, Lexia.
Hey, just got a beater car recently, but it broke down and I found out it'll be very expensive.
Shit.
Thanks for helping me smile through it all.
That's alright, Lexia. Hopefully you can get a break from that and, like, you can pull through. I believe in you. Let's see. What option could actually make the Maiden act differently? I just joined. How's it going? This is such a good puzzle game. Turning off the behaviors and, like, adjusting them based on, like, what's going on, like, it actually makes your brain work through all the possibilities. There's only 3 options for each character, but that can lead into so many different endings. I really like it, you know? So let's see. Maybe something with the Hero. If the... Okay, the Underling needs to be hungry... No, needs to be not hungry in order for the Maiden to survive. We need to be disloyal with the Underling so that they don't get killed by the other demons. And then doesn't go through with the assassination plot. But why would that matter? Tyrant, and then hungry. Alright, let's see. Gobble her up. Change your mind and leave. Let's kill the Overlord. Time to die.
You figure the cleanest way to do this would be to dig your claws into her throat. So you do just that. She wakes up, but not in time to stop you. You watch as he chokes on her own blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. You remind yourself it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room to find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize that they must have been planned to use you like this from the very beginning. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you had betrayed your Overlord. That's not good, man. That ain't good either. Poor child. Alright, so Underling has to not be hungry, has to be slightly disloyal, but doesn't go through with the assassination plot. The Hero needs to be diplomatic, not dutiful, doesn't try to kill the Overlord. What if he does try to kill the Overlord? And I'm not a coward. And is possessive of the Maiden. And Maiden is polite. Will that do literally anything? Nope, nothing. It just leads to the same ending that I had before. Don't go with coward, Phil. These bullies deserve karma. What if I am a coward? Oh, this is so difficult to think about now, actually. What could possibly elongate the story
So the Maiden... Wait a sec! Wait. What was the ending that led to the different colors on the screen? Chat, do you remember when, like, the Underling and the Overlord had combined colors? It was something like, okay, not hungry. The Tyrant... she was not a Tyrant. It was not dutiful. Can I adopt the Underling? I don't mind having a child with the energy of crisscross applesauce in the slightest. They're cute. Aww. They're diplomatic. Disloyal Underling. Polite. Let me check. Fails to assassinate with the Overlord and burns. Ends up saving the Maiden, becomes the new Overlord. Underling is killed by the Overlord out of retribution. What was the special ending? They become the new Overlord. Pays with their life. Abandons their comrades. Diplomatic hero. Okay, yeah, let's see. Diplomatic hero. Polite Maiden. Disloyal Underling. Overlord is not possessive. And then, what happens if we play as the Maiden? Introduce yourself. As you think of that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first, until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord allows you two to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. There we go! There we go! There we go! Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her. But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is better off with less of them. What the fuck, dude? This isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. It's now or never. You take off into the castle, and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room. All your words spell out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time! The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The Underling you recognize from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised that they were a part of this evil plot. They seemed so nice! The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first Underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You're relieved when the Overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence, and you think she is very Overlord-like at this moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. And thinking that must have jinxed it, because now the room is engulfed in flames. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have been stumbled into the situation. If you had just pretended to not to hear them, if you left as you were told, only the Overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you! Wait, but is that a path for the hero? You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist! It simply must! The Overlord seizes her underling. They beg her for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. But there's no saving any of you now. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames. Oh, this is getting me so invested, actually. I want to save all of these assholes. Oh! Okay, so I don't have the options to do this for the Maiden or the Underling. Do I have an option to do this as the hero? You're the hero, blah, 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 blah. Flee like a coward. Ask if they'll let you in. Ask the Maiden what's going on. There we go. You pause when you see a group of suspicious demons standing near the entrance. They're talking about assassinating their Overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures. We have to tell her about this. You don't understand what the Maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. Wow! They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. Wow! And those same creatures have just noticed you are eavesdropping. The Maiden takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the Overlord's room. The Maiden frantically tries to communicate what you just overheard. A demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by a group from the entrance, who shifts the blame back into the little one. These demons only care about themselves. How low can they be? This hero is it's just fucking racist, man. Holy shit. You begin shouting at them, and the whole room dissolves into a noise until the Overlord yells at everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This Overlord is no better than her subjects. Holy shit, hero! You grip your sword tightly. If you have to cut through everyone here to get this Maiden to safety, you certainly will. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the runt of the litter behind. You glance around for another exit, but there isn't one. You have a terrible feeling about this. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? The Underling pounds on the door, upset that it's been betrayed. You join it, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. The next moment, the Overlord has taken a hold of the Underling. It's crying for mercy. She thrusts her claws into her Underling's chest, and it lets out a horrible scream. You back away. You won't be the next target of her rage. She continues to dig and twist her claws into its imp body. You can no longer watch. You look to the Maiden. She's crying, hands clasped together in prayer. To have faith in a time like this, you envy her.
You are playing this game, Phil. Is short, but really good.
It's really good. The writing is so fucking good, man. Chat, everyone horse react to the hero. I have no idea what that means. The two of you, the Overlord and the Underling's corpse, are all consumed by the flames. Fuck! You're so useless! You're so fucking useless. You're so useless. Can I at least stop the tyrant? I mean, can I at least stop the Overlord from killing the Underling? You're the Overlord, blah 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 blah. You're hot as fuck, blah 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 blah. You're probably secretly gay, blah 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 blah. Grant them a day off. Let her stay for a while. Let them go. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. You've almost fallen asleep when the Maiden and the hero burst into your room, frantically trying to communicate something to you. You're told that a group of demons is plotting to assassinate you. You're not surprised. How nice of the humans to care, though. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was that first underling's plan, Everyone is shouting over each other now, and it's very annoying. You yell at them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very Overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though? Lately all you do is sleep. The group of demons start muttering something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly slam your door shut. You, the Maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the door as well, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So this is how you'll die. Burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you've grabbed the underling those traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. Oh, wait! I can actually forgive them. Alright, so if I take retribution, it just goes to, like, back to normal, right? You pierce their chest with your claws and they scream. The hero backs away. He is wise not to interfere. They stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. It doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans. Yeah, so that is the option. It's a second option. Like a new option. New option, new option, new option. Okay, got it. That will be the change. That will be a change. Surely that will be the change, right? That will be the change. Alright, this could be it. This could be it. Forgive them. You release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishments. You all burned together! No! Oh! Before you're taken back to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end? You say to yourself. What was the point of all my effort if the true ending is this terrible? You must have forgotten where you were. This is bad end theater. Is the pain setting in? Ooh, but you should have been well aware of what you'd be shown when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that in my theater. My lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. Motherfucker! There's a fourth option!
This truly is Fi's canon event.
There's a fourth option! There's a fourth option! There's a fourth- We're halfway through! There's a fourth option! Wait! No. There's more. I can take the merciful option. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. There are 4 options for each. if we are merciful as the Overlord. Jennifer says, what Jax was experiencing in that 4th episode. Okay, if we are merciful with the Overlord, surely one of these guys has an option. The fucking Maiden has to do something! She has no third option even! Alright. I'm into this. I'm so fucking into this, dude. Holy shit. Okay. Hear her out. Let's kill the Overlord. Okay, we're back in here. Okay, what's gonna happen?
To your surprise, the Overlord spares you. Or maybe she would rather see you suffer instead. Looking around, you've just gone from one dead end to the other. The Maiden is crying. The hero is silent. You'll all burn together! No!
No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true. You couldn't resist seeing it for yourself, though, could you? I wonder what will happen when you collect them all. Will you give in to despair, or... A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 3? There's a letter? My love, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none so far have stayed to experience every tale in its entirety. The critics haven't exactly been kind, but I understand. My stories aren't exactly crowd pleasers. Despite that, you always listen to the very end. I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you soon. Forever yours, Tragedy. Oh! Alright, the hero has to do something. Alright, they do the thing. So what's gonna happen? Threatens with violence. The room goes up in flames. Next moment, the Overlord has taken a hold of the Underling. It's crying for mercy. For the love of all that is good, do something, Hero and Maiden. Fucking anything! Is she going to kill it as retribution? It continues to cry and make excuses, but the Overlord does nothing. To your surprise, she lets it go. Are demons capable of mercy? You guess it doesn't matter now. You'll all burn together! Oh! Maiden! Maiden! My girl! My fucking gay bitch! Anything, my girl! Anything! Anything. Maiden! Please! Group of demons hiss. They set the place on fire. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into the situation. The Overlord seizes her Underling. They beg for mercy. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord spares the Underling. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? You will all burn together? Question mark? Gah! Return. It can't end like this. Keep collecting bad endings for now? Is this a true option? Is this a true ending? I think this is it. I think this is actually it. Okay, that's it. The Maiden is the one that actually does something at the end. But we have a lot of endings to collect before we get there. The true end is something that all the endings like gravitate towards. Alright, let's get all the endings first and then get to that true ending, like, state. So, the true ending state is diplomatic, polite, disloyal, and merciful, okay? Let's get all the endings and then maybe we can get to, like, the very, very end. So, hero is dutiful, and underling is hungry. You're the hero, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah, blah blah blah. Dutiful. Slaughter the evil creatures. You feel much stronger now. Cut through the demon's army. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after the other on your way to the Overlord's chambers. Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can only see one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about what the poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You've become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before this final battle. The Overlord almost is no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search for the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. It's just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you were too weak to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in a cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. Failed hero! L! 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 You suck shit! What about the Overlord? With the hungry underling? It's probably just gonna lead to the same thing, right? Ooh, actually there's something with the dutiful. Let's check that out. You awake to a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, my guy? You rush out into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all of this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You're unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd have been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be Overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. Those are your thoughts as you're swallowed by the darkness. Okay, so there's a lot of endings like that come from the underling just like eating the maiden immediately. What about a not dutiful hero that is diplomatic and does not try to kill the Overlord? You're awakened by one of your underlings. A hero wishes to speak to you. He inquires about a maiden who was rumored to be here, but you've never really seen her. Humans don't visit often, or ever really. As the hero takes his leave, you wonder why he totally trusted you there. Heroes traditionally kill demons. This guy seemed like he was bad at his job, in your opinion. Whatever. You're still feeling sleepy, so you go right the fuck back to your nap. You hear voices in the hall. You aren't sure how long you've slept. The sound of the shutting door forces you awake. Oh, god damn it! Yeah. And you succumb to the flames. Okay. What about hungry, disloyal, but then you're a coward? It's crazy how much we feel bad for these guys. They're so cute. You drift in and out of sleep. You feel uneasy, but aren't sure why. The sound of a shutting door forces you awake. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What the fuck's going on? Oh, god damn it! What if you're not a coward? One of your underlings is tearing your throat off! You try to struggle, but you can tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You remember now. You gave this one the day off. Is this how it repays you? Fuck! You die wondering if he could have done anything to prevent this. Assassinated Overlord ending. A lot of the endings really hinge on the underling, now that I think about it. What the fuck is this? What are these, like, grayed out options? I guess it just doesn't matter? Let's see. Begins her story. Underling has a day off. Allows the maiden to stay and chat. Diplomatic. But the hero is heroic. Alright. Wait, is that right? Diplomatic but heroic. Okay. Let's see. Do I have to force her to stay? Let's see. Not hungry. A little bit disloyal, though. Oh, shit! The hero suddenly strikes, cutting you with his blade. He didn't even hesitate. Ah, you've gone soft. How could you have let your guard down like that? How unfair. After all you've done to avoid this outcome, you can't outrun destiny. The hero always slays the Overlord. You should have never trusted a human. You watch as the hero escorts the maiden out of your castle. Captured by a demon. At least she got what she came here for. You join your army in the eternal slumber. No! The maiden has to do something in that situation, right? The hero enters the room. The hero suddenly dashes towards the Overlord, sword drawn. Oh, shit! Wait a second! Wait a second! Protect her! You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think. You never could have imagined this would be the way that you die. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You're glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. No! Shit! That was the third option for the maiden! Be a martyr! Destroy the Overlord. You lunge forward to put an end to the evil Overlord. Your blade pierces the maiden's heart. She sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wails. Why did you do that? You're not sure if the question is directed at you. The Overlord strikes at you in a vengeful rage. You parry and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. You look at your hands, your clothes, blood. So much blood. You look to the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the Overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demon magic. You pick up the Overlord's head, wrapping it in your cape, and begin your long journey back to town. You will say that you were too late, that nothing could have been done for the girl, but the Overlord is slain. You fucking coward! You lying piece of shit! There will be celebration. I fucking hate this guy so fucking much. Oh my god, you motherfucker! Fucking liar, pants on fire, you piece of shit! Grant them the day off. Oh wait, we already did this. No, but what if... Wait. Okay. She'd used her own body to shield you from the hero's blade. Why? Why has this happened? The maiden falls to the floor lifeless. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. This hero has taken something precious from this world. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all and become ruler of the entire world! Vengeful Overlord ending B. Fair enough, you go, girl. Oh. 31 out of 41 endings. What else do we got left? Flees from the demons. Diplomatic. Everything is fine. Overlord is possessive. Alright. Let's see what happens then. Play like a coward. Diplomatic. Ask the maiden what's going on. The maiden explains that she was never actually captured and she came here on her own volition. Pretty dangerous thing for her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to town with you, to reassure everyone of her safety. But the Overlord objects to this. The maiden tries to tell her that she'll come right back, but the Overlord refuses to hear it. The maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to mediate situations like this. You tell the Overlord that if she doesn't let the two of you go, you'll assume her that she's evil. You'll be forced to vanquish her. You leave me no choice. Oh. The Overlord pauses before suddenly jumping at you. You're helpless as she disembowels you with her claws. How horrible. You came all this way only to be met with this cruel fate. You should have destroyed these evil creatures while you had the chance. Your dying wish is for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. Naive hero. And what is the perspective of the maiden throughout all this? The Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous. The hero puts on a brave face for you. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. And if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The Overlord suddenly jumps the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch because you can't look away. Had she really been lying to you all along? You wonder, is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny after all. But the Overlord stops. Or rather, someone has stopped her. Whatever held back your scream before doesn't stop this time. Oh! The Overlord is being ripped to shreds by one of her demon underlings. You think you recognize them, but it's hard to tell with all the blood. Someone stopped moving. Everyone stopped moving now. The room is silent, save for the underling's heavy breathing. You thank them for what they've done, even though it was awful. You feel like you've been rescued from a terrible fate. They look at you, confused for a moment, but then puff out their chest.
You should probably go home. This place is dangerous.
You follow their advice and make your way out of the castle. You decide to never leave home again for the rest of your life. Oh. And we already see the perspective of that. Grant them the day off. Let her stay for a while. Keep her here. Something sharp pierces your back. The hero. No, he's already dead. It's one of your underlings, the maiden screams. Your servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. They've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Why has this happened to you? You have been slain by your own underling. Another letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 4. My love, do you remember when we first met? I had just finished one of my scripts. One I was quite proud of, in fact. As I read it aloud, you happened to pass by. What a terrible ending, you said. Why should these poor fools have to die? You were so rude, you wouldn't accept any of my justifications, and yet, you managed to convince me. It really would be better if everyone could live in harmony, however unrealistic that felt. I look back fondly on that day, even now. I wonder if somewhere you're thinking of it too. Forever yours, Tragedy. So we got all the endings for the Underling and the Overlord, right? Ah, shit! Go back. We got all the endings for the Overlord. All the endings for the Underling. We got a few more for the Maiden, and we got 3 more for the Hero. So, Diplomatic, Hungry, and then something else. Hungry, Diplomatic. Let's see what happens. Flee like a coward, ask if they'll let you in. The Overlord is alone. You ask about the Maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she really never here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says, I don't fucking know! She wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come here in forever, at least that she knows of. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing how she's a demon and all, but you can't really prove she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. The maiden was never found. Oh, okay. The useless hero. That's kind of stupid. Let's see. Antisocial. Flees from the demons. Obedience. Okay. Here begins the story. Overlord is antisocial. Hero slays the demons. And Maiden is obedient. Obedient. Dutiful. Not diplomatic. Antisocial. What? Did I not do that correctly? Begins a story, antisocial, slays the demons, obedient. Is that it? Wait, what? Did I do something wrong? Like, this is still locked down. Oh, the Underling shouldn't be hungry. Thank you. On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back toward the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. She runs away from you for some reason. You wonder what that was all about, but then you remember you're covered in demon blood. Not wanting to look like you're a crazy person chasing after her or anything, you nonchalantly walk back to the town. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? Oh shit! She's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. No! Smoke begins to rise, and you stand idly by as the flames consume the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that, you fucking asshole! You decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape the sinking feeling maybe you aren't really cut out for this role. Fucking asshole! Bro doesn't give a shit. Oh my god, you're so bad at this. And what is this? There's another ending here, but it's like blanked out, so I don't know what, like, how to do that. Hero flees from the demons, and then the maiden is obedient. Alright, let's try that out. Flee like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now, your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden, all on your own, if you can't even fight some lousy demons. On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back toward the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what the fuck she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is like right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out that the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Oh shit! She can't be trusted! You aren't sure you should listen to the maiden. You've been taught your whole life that demons are evil. You ask if she's sure about this, but she gets very upset that you think that she would lie to you. She storms off before you can say anything else. Oh! You decide to return to the village, certain that she must have been the kidnapped maiden you were sent to rescue. Glad that took care of itself. You take your time to walking home. Job well done today, you think yourself. And then everyone fucking burns her at the stake and she fucking dies horribly. She seemed nice though, you think? But evil comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. You decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape the sinking feeling that you fucking suck. Bro. Bro. You're such an asshole. Alright, believe her story. You have no reason to assume that she's lying to you. Even though her story is kinda hard to believe, you feel you should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed about this immediately. The two of you return to the village. They had all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers looked to you for explanation. You politely informed them that this isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. She's so pissed! They aren't being subtle in how little they trust the maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. The town elder's voice breaks you out of your thoughts, though. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately, and says that they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You better not be fucking burning her at the stake, motherfucker! You figure that sounds right, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You're not sure what's going on, but you get the feeling that it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together! Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. People are shouting for you to hunt her and her demon friends down already. But that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch up to her and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden toward the Overlord's castle. Oh, fuck! The air becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into the demon territory. Evil miasma. No, you realize it's just a normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she stopped in her tracks, the Overlord's castle engulfed in flames! You had only taken an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is so thick now, you think of turning back. The maiden might need your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have already been lying to you all along. Was this a trap? Would it be worth risking your life for that chance? Your legs feel heavy. No, going in there would be suicide. You'll return to the villagers and tell them that there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was already claimed by the demons. Fucking coward! Trusting? Oh yeah, that is a new trait, actually. Interesting.
The hero sucks so much I adore that dumbass. Also, hey, 7 months YP.
Hell yeah, Bagordian, thank you for the 7 months. The hero's so dumb! But there's something you can do here. Hero does nothing as the demon castle burns down. You can do something here with the underling that will lead to a different ending. Oh, right! Wait! If you are disloyal, then you will kill the Overlord, and that will make the castle not burn down! This game is so fucking cool. This game is so fucking cool. The fact that like, adjusting the behaviors of 2 different characters outside of this story changes the ending is so fucking cool. Plot twist, the hero's Birdly. He does have kind of Birdly mannerisms. But you were too late. Through the unguarded gates, you spot a group of demons surrounding a body. The maiden, she was a fool to have trusted the demons after all. Your hero blood is boiling. You'll avenge her death. You charge through the gates to eliminate every demon you see. What the fuck are you doing killing all my soldiers? The Overlord is angry. You vow to exterminate her and all of demonkind. You clash again and again, but the Overlord isn't going down easily. You're both dangerously low on health when everything goes black. Your quest has come to an abrupt end. Oh! A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. Found lost letter number 1. My love, it just isn't fair at all, is it? For them to force us apart like this, it's unreasonable, cruel. Moth says, so glad you're playing this. This game is amazing. I love how many, like, paths there are. There are so many different permutations of, like, the same story. I'm, like, fascinated by this. It's unreasonable, cruel. I had to find an outlet for this grief somehow. So I decided to write, and I'll keep writing until the day you find me once more. And then maybe we could write a story together. I'm waiting for that day. Forever yours, Tragedy. So we got all the endings for the hero, all the endings for the underling, all the endings for the Overlord. So the rest is just the maiden. It's all about the maiden. The maiden is the actual protagonist of the story. So this is an ending that requires you to be, let's see, meets the Overlord, stays with the Overlord for a while, hero's diplomatic, and Overlord is possessive. So in that case, if the hero is diplomatic, not dutiful, not heroic, Underling is... Underling doesn't really matter in this story. And Overlord is possessive. Introduce yourself. There we go. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. And if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The Overlord suddenly jumps at the hero, tears into him with their claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches you in your throat. You watch because you can't look away. Has she been lying all along? You wonder, is this your divine punishment for questioning the divine plan? Overlord approaches you. Dies. We already did this. Wait. How is it different? Oh, because I put disloyal on the Underling. I'm stupid, I'm stupid, I'm stupid. Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. Alright. The Overlord kills the hero. You want to cry out. Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this. This was your destiny after all. She vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. And then you kiss. I mean, that's not really that bad of an end if you really think about it. I don't see like that as that very bad at all, if anything. Anyways. Dutiful, heroic. Alright, what will this one be? Not possessive. Dutiful and heroic. Not diplomatic. Maiden stays with the Overlord for a while. Doesn't matter if she's antisocial or not. This will just be like the normal ending but through the Maiden's perspective, right? Hero barges into the room. Lunges out. Do nothing. She lets out a horrible scream. You flinch. The hero smiles. Oh, I hate that look. Holds out his hand to you, saying that it's time to go home. His glove is drenched in blood. Hesitantly, you take his hand. The hero guides you through the castle, past the corpses of the enemies. You try to keep your eyes on your feet. There's blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then you can't escape the smell. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? No, girly, come on! You exit the castle and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Oh, that hurts. Oh, shit. Get the fuck right back. This map is so helpful, by the way. Okay. So this is gonna be the obedient ending through the Maiden's perspective, then. Alright. So first of all, we're gonna make the Underling loyal. The hero is going to be trusting. Antisocial Overlord. Obedient Maiden. Let's see. Obey her. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter the hero. He asks what you're doing. Don't you know that Overlord's castle is like literally right there? You explain everything that happened. He is very surprised that demons don't seem to be as malicious as you were raised to believe. The two of you could return to the village, hoping to communicate this to everyone. They all had been so worried and are very glad that the hero brought you back. You quickly set the record straight. You weren't rescued because there was nothing to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers seem confused and look to the hero for explanation. He tells them that he only ran into you on his way to the castle and that this isn't really his story to tell. You explain them how you met the Overlord and that she's not actually interested in capturing maidens or other mean things like that. Villagers look again to the hero for confirmation. You feel a little miffed that they seem to prefer his words over yours. But don't say anything about it. The hero proclaims that he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to the demons himself, just to make sure, absolutely sure. Crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You hear words like trickery and demon sympathizer being thrown around, which makes you frown. You're pretty shocked that everyone's this hesitant to believe you. Does the hero even trust you? You're not sure anymore. An old man implores the hero to go speak with the Overlord immediately. He says that you should be held prisoner, considered dangerous until the hero returns. Much to your disbelief, the crowd agrees with him. Because of course, if you were conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their guard down. The whole village would be slaughtered by the monsters. The hero isn't saying anything. You'll be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. If you're going to be held captive by anyone, it's going to be by your girlfriend. The Overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Grab the hero and run. Leave on your own. You can prove yourself without anyone's help. You make a run for the Overlord's castle, leaving the hero behind. But as you get closer, you start to notice a tower of black smoke darkening the beautiful blue sky. The castle is engulfed in flames! What in God's name could have happened? You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to the touch. You're weak, too weak to force it open. You pound your fists against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you had forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. You meant her wife, Phil, of course. The smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. But the fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh! What a joke! A maiden saving the Overlord! If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. Oh, this is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve! You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. We gotta do it again, but we need to get the hero's help. Obey her. Grab the fucking hero and run! You boldly announce that you'll accompany the hero to prove yourself. You would rather risk what's out there instead of staying in a village that doesn't trust you. She's so badass! No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. But as you approach the castle, you notice something's gone terribly wrong. It appears to be on fire! Is the Overlord alright? You have to be sure everyone is safe! You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't amongst them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. Quickly reach the Overlord's room. Too weak to force it open. Come on, hero! Hero! No! Hero! You're not gonna help her? Hero! No! Hero! What the fuck is wrong with you? You fucking coward! Dies to protect the Overlord. What is the point? What's the point? Let's check out the disloyal ending, I suppose. Hero, what the fuck? You could have helped open the door, asshole! Alright, leave on your own? A suspicious group of demons stands just outside of the entrance. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. They immediately notice you overheard them. The Underling you recognize from before is the first to do something about it.
Ha, this is just the way it has to be.
They suddenly attack you. In that moment, you regret having ever trusted the demons. You die instantly! No! But the gremlin, though! Underling, you fucking bastard! You bastard! Instantly! Alright, let's grab the hero, I suppose. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her! But the hero shakes his head. He says that what? Really? But this is the same. No, this is... Wait a second. Is this it? The maiden is slain by the Underling after overhearing their plot. Wait a second. Oh, wait! We got 40 endings! I think this is it! I think this is it! Okay. One ending remains. Will it be good or will it be bad? The Underling should have one more trait. But the Underling's endings are all done. Right, because the Underling doesn't have the last option. Interesting. Alright. What if? Hear her out. Let's kill the Overlord. But the hero is there, so it changes. Leaves the village with the hero in tow. So let's not do that. And now only the maiden will be here. Yep, there we go. You and your friends turned to notice the maiden from earlier has overheard your entire conversation. It'd be bad for you if the Overlord found out about this. There we go! That's the final option for the Underling. Use the maiden for killing practice. This is all the way that has to be, you declare. Before jumping her, you claw her guts out. It turns out you're already an expert at ending lives. Your friends call you a show-off. You go back to the castle to wash off all the icky human blood. As you finish up, you hear sounds of battle outside. A hero has come. Seeing the dead maiden must have made him pretty angry. You get to thinking, if this hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. You spot the Overlord and hero locked in battle. They've worn each other down, making this very easy for you. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out. What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was a duel? You don't respond. You have to carry out the assassination. You tackle her and rip her to shreds with your claws until she stops moving. You finish off the hero next. You can't let him revive and come after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but it doesn't make any difference. Anyone who managed to survive comes crawling out of their hiding places. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you had betrayed your Overlord. So it's not a new ending, but it's a different outcome for that ending. And I get the new choice. So, toss her in the dungeon. You and your friends seize the maiden and bring her to the dungeon under the castle. It's empty, save for the decorative skulls. They're only there to make it feel more spooky. The maiden is very upset. You leave her in the cell to continue scheming with your friends. But now a hero has arrived at the front gates. He's asking about a maiden, perhaps the very one you just locked up. The gatekeeper, who must have seen everything, tells the hero exactly what happened. What an idiot, you think. Why give the hero an excuse to start slaughtering us? The hero yells, prepare to face justice.
and other such cliche hero lines before driving a sword into the gatekeeper's torso. You're small compared to a lot of your friends, so you're able to slip away without getting cut up by that sword.
And it leads to the same thing. So that unlocks the final trait for the Underling. And as such, there's only one more bad end by being a captor to the Maiden. Okay, I get it. Okay, got it. Okay. So we're going to be trusting, we're going to be disloyal, captor, antisocial. Introduce yourself, obey her, leave on your own. They immediately notice you overheard them and decide to lock you into the dungeon before you can cause any trouble. You cry out, but the demons ignore your protests. You can't believe you escaped possibly being thrown in a cell back in your village, only to be tossed in this awful place. This is terrible. Who's going to keep those demons from harming the Overlord? You hope she can fend for herself. You sure can't. You hear the sounds of battle echoing through the halls outside. Did the hero follow you? If he's out there, your cries don't reach him. After a while, the violence seems to die down. It's impossible to tell what's happened. You continue to wait, but no one comes for you. Unable to escape, you rot in that cell! Oh! The final letter. Got all the bad endings. My love, I finally fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. Yes, that's right, I've opened my very own theater. You would be so proud if you could only see it. I know how much it would have meant to you to be at my side on opening night. I'm sorry for going ahead without you, but I thought if my theater could become world famous, then maybe you just might hear of it, wherever you are. Forever yours, Tragedy. Okay. Okay. We need to get to that final ending. What is it? Are these notes though? Let's read these notes in order now that we have all of them. My love, it just isn't fair at all, is it? For them to force us apart like this. It's unreasonable, cruel. I had to find an outlet for this grief somehow. So I decided to write, and I'll keep writing until the day you find me once more. And then maybe we could write a story together. I'm waiting for that day. Forever yours, Tragedy. My love, I finally fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. Yes, that's right. I opened up my very own theater. You would be so proud if you could only see it. I know how much it would have meant to you to be at my side on opening night. I'm sorry for going on ahead without you, but I thought if my theater could just become world famous, then maybe you just might hear it wherever you are. Forever yours, Tragedy. My love, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none so far have stayed to experience every tale in its entirety. The critics haven't exactly been kind, but I understand my stories aren't exactly crowd pleasers. Despite that, you always listen to the very end, and I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you again soon. Forever yours, Tragedy. My love, do you remember when we first met? I had just finished one of my scripts, one I was quite proud of. In fact, as I read it aloud, you happened to pass by. What a terrible ending, you said. Why should these poor fools have to die? You were so rude. You wouldn't accept any of my justifications, and yet, you managed to convince me. It really would be better if everyone could live in harmony, however unrealistic that felt. I look back on that fondly on that day. Even now, I wonder if somewhere you're thinking of it too. Forever yours, Tragedy. Alright, everybody. It's time. The final ending must be achieved. So what we're going to have to do now is we're gonna be disloyal. We're going to be not dutiful. We're gonna be trusting. And diplomatic. We're going to be merciful. We're gonna be polite. I think this should be it, right? Polite, disloyal, trusting, and merciful. This should be the final ending. Alright, I am not gonna skip this one. We're gonna go from beginning to end and see what happens, okay? This has to be the final ending. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day, because you're a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You are in church. You pray to your god, asking why you have been born into this role of maiden. Wait, what? You forgot diplomatic? Ah, shit. Diplomatic, disloyal, merciful. Okay. Run that back. Now we should be good. Okay. Got it. Now we should be good. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day, because you're a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity? Who knows? You are in a church. You pray to your god, asking why you have been born into this role of a maiden. You disrespect the divine plan and all. You respect the divine plan and all, but you really are just curious as to what the point of it all is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you would just understand your role better if you were just to hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon. Just to, you know, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. Introduce yourself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could just understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by the demon already. The demon doesn't seem to really have been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen, then a hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize that they might not be the ruthless monsters that you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send out a hero after them. You realize that must be why you've never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems that the Overlord could say the same about humans. Now kiss! You may be different, but really, they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along, eh? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things were back home. You kinda like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first, until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez! The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord allows you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon! Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her! But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is better off without them. But this isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. It's now or never. You take off into the castle, and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should have probably slowed down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The Underling you recognized from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised they were a part of this evil plot. They seemed so nice! The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first Underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You are relieved when the Overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence, and you think that she is very Overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds the door in distress. Have they locked you in? You have a bad feeling about this. And thinking that must have jinxed it, because now the whole room is engulfed in flames. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into the situation. If you had just pretended not to hear them, if you left as you were told, only the Overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist! It simply must! The Overlord seizes her Underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord spares the Underling. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together? It can't end like this. You want to answer the Maiden's prayers. You've decided to find a way to save everyone. But, retracing the paths you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? If there's nothing you can do by acting from within their story, Maybe it's time to take things into your own hands. Oh! You are... You boldly insert yourself into the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone to safety. You didn't know you could do that. But what's going on here? You take a moment to get a good look at yourself. You are... you? But why are you pitch black? You feel that this body doesn't accurately represent you, but you move past it.
Self-insert fanfiction, baby.
We're self-inserting ourselves into the story, baby! The hero, the maiden, underling, and overlord have all been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to do right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? This is strange. Hi, guys! I've come to save you! You explain to the group that you have witnessed their many terrible, intertwining fates, and now you're searching for a good ending. Of course, this makes no sense to any of them. Only the maiden understands your compassion. My prayers have been answered. You must be... her god? No, you're merely a player. If there was any god here, they'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. Now you realize what the real true ending must be.
Hello, mortals. I've come to save the YURI.
Now. Enough of this. I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but a self-insert story? How passé! You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't honestly believe you were the only one who could force your way into the stage, did you? I am the narrator, storyteller, god of this world. Call me Tragedy if you like. Darkness envelops your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relive one of their many bad endings, right? You are alone in the darkness with me, Tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. Though I can't abide you stealing the show without permission, it's quite disrespectful. I am sick of all these bad endings! I want to see something new! Are you trying to say my bad endings have gone out of style? You have some nerve! You think defeating me might just be the only way to see a better ending? It's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it might be entertaining. Show me what you've got! Time to fight God! Holy shit! The stage is set for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How will you fight against tragedy itself? I'd love to see it. Huh? What the fuck is this? They'll turn in Chapter 7 when we get our vessel back and throw hands with Gaster. Attack? You try your best to tear me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world, after all. Oh, is that all? He'll never defeat me like that. Let me try that again. Defend. You try closing off your heart to protect yourself, but it doesn't make you feel any better. Perhaps you don't understand just how outclassed you are here. Whoa! Behold my beautifully tragic tales. Doesn't seeing them all again make your heart ache? You've witnessed all 41 of my painstakingly crafted endings. You must be as much of a masochist as me! What? I commend your thoroughness. Surely these characters have a special place in your hearts. They're still suffering backstage, you know? It's a shame they couldn't make it here, to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. You can't do this alone. What the fuck is going on? What? How will you fight against tragedy? Call your friend to join you in battle? tragedy and player YURI/Yaoi. You find the hero in his home, hunched over a sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Are you some kind of demon? You explain that no, you're not a demon. You're... How can you explain it in a way the hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's sewing. Oh, this? This is my hero gear. You sense his pride in his hobby. You wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of a hero in the first place. Would you like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any. You remember the state of your body and decide that yes, some clothes from the hero would be nice. He's overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too gaudy for the other townsfolk, so no one else wants them. Aww, he's a fashionista. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fates. I could make a living as a tailor rather than a hero. Oh, please tell me what I can do to reach that dream. Oh! The hero will now fight alongside you. I agreed to follow, but I didn't expect to face something like this. The hero has arrived. We really couldn't have a final boss battle without him. You're the one who's been killing us. Murderer! I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated. We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Oh, I have... Wait, my HP is 41 because of the 41 endings. Justice willpower. Maybe summon the Overlord next? Let's summon the Maiden. You happen to find the Maiden as she sits in the church, her heart set on meeting a demon. She freaky! She freaky as fuck! Perfect timing, she approaches you, having already taken notice of your odd form. Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you before. You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are, in a sense. You've come all this way. The Maiden regards you with excited curiosity. Then perhaps you might be a demon. I was hoping I would meet one today. You are freaky! You think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring about. She is the catalyst of the story, after all. My role as a maiden is to be captured by the Overlord, but you see, I've grown tired of waiting. You remember this part. She wanted to understand her role better, and so... You ask what it is that she's really hoping to gain from this. The Maiden is confused by your question. Perhaps it was as simple as wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. The true end for this Maiden suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fates. If there's something I can do to find fulfillment, then please guide me. Oh, I love that sprite so much! What is this horrible creature? You wound me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a bad thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through. Then this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. No! Okay. Kindness and hope, justice and willpower. Should we attack or should we try to, like, get the others back up? Because we have a limited time. We have 34 out of 41 HP. They're aura farming so hard, by the way, yeah. We need to summon all of them. You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The Underling is on guard duty, as you expected. They call out to you. The other demon guard is sound asleep.
Hey, you're a pretty weird-looking intruder. What do you want?
You explain that no, you're not an intruder, although you're definitely intruding into their story right now. You tell the Underling you've come to save them from tragedy.
Okay, try saving me from boredom first. I hate this job.
The Underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they would rather have.
It'd be best if I didn't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life and never get bossed around or picked on.
You think of the Underling's friends, who had bullied them into an assassination plot only to betray them in the end. If they kept better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. The true end for the Underling becomes suddenly clear. You offer to change their fates.
So there's a way that even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case.
The Underling will now fight alongside you.
Ooh, what the fuck? You didn't have to say anything about a boss battle!
The Underling, huh? You must be desperate to call on such an unreliable ally.
If I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over.
Oh, but it won't be that easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Oh! Alright. We need the last one! You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torches on the walls. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from her slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? You explain that no, you're not here to serve her. It's more like you've come to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all day sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs and responds. Many of my underlings certainly think I should be more aggressive with the humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There's a reason I had to destroy him. You can't help but think it's a little late in the game to be getting some new backstory. I have no interest in waging war on the humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets so attached to the maiden. The true end for the Overlord suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fates. My own attempts at peace have been rather imperfect. If you offer a solution, then very well, I will follow you. The Overlord will now fight alongside you. Yeah! The gang is together! I see. So this is tragedy. Ah, you've brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now. Hey Jennifer, the 4 characters are just Birdly, Noelle, Chris, and Susie if they actually gave in to the voices in their head. You've prevented me from attaining peace for so long. Prepare to die. Hope you've prepared to face your deaths as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Ooh. Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combination of behaviors will open the path to your true ending? Show me! Oh. This is tough! Can I save? No, it does like autosaves. The fun gang's all together, huh? Let's try to go for the options that put these guys together in the first place. We will do willpower. Your reign of terror ends here, Tragedy. I refuse to give in. The hero uses his willpower to overcome tragedy. Okay. Tragedy is reeling. Maiden. Kindness or hope? Kindness. The maiden tries to appeal to tragedy with kindness. So naive, I'll balance your kindness with my cruelty. No! Hope. Our true endings do exist. They simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. Okay! Tragedy is reeling. Mischief or tenacity? It has to be tenacity. Knock me down and I'll just come back stronger. The Underling uses their tenacity to overcome the tragedy. Yo! Tragedy is reeling. Overlord, ambition or brutality? It has to be ambition. I'll reach my true ending with my own willpower. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. Yeah! This is it. With everyone's hearts united, you take aim toward your best possible futures. You unleash one final attack to destroy tragedy once and for all. Oh! You've done it. You've managed to defeat me. Holy shit, did we actually do it? A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, hero. Thank you, maiden. Thank you, underling. Thank you, overlord. Enough of this nonsense! We defeated you, so die already! Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Finally, thank you most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad end theater did contain a truly good ending after all. I apologize for antagonizing you so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it, I wonder? No. Well, I did my best. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. But you've earned this one. Here's your true ending. Ah, okay. Interesting. The hero becomes a clothes maker. Oh!
Thank you.
So funny story, I got hit by a car while listening to this game's ending theme. So this theme is to me what Bergendrucken is probably to Des.
Lamau. Oh my god, they're together in the tower! Oh. Oh. But tragedy gets the bad ending, though. Made with Renpai. That's the same engine as DDLC. Oh. Your true end. Something's missing. Something's missing. Something's missing. Oh, you're still here? The curtain has closed for the final time. I'm shutting down my theater. There are no more tragedies left for me to tell, after all. Ask tragedy its story. Me? You'd like to know why I started this theater? Because I'm obsessed with bad endings, of course. Remove the mask. You gently raise your fingers to the cracks in my mask. Piece by piece, it falls into your hands. Revealing. I shouldn't warn you. This might affect what you think of my stories. You can't help but compare my face to the maidens. You? I'm not her, but it's not like she isn't me, necessarily. That's how it is with fiction. Would you like to hear... not another ending, but... the truth? Tell me. Alright. One last story. You may already know this, but... it doesn't have a happy ending. First, I'll set the stage. In this world, there are no such things as demons, or even heroes, really. There was a girl eager to set out, to fulfill some sort of destiny. That part was true. She met someone, another girl. A running theme, isn't it? The Maiden and the Overlord. The two were inseparable, and for a time, everything was just wonderful. But their families, the communities they came from, neither could approve their relationship. It was actually baked into the story. It was an actual fucking gay love story for real. It wasn't just subtext. It was... It wasn't subtext. I mean, it was. It's just, it was diegetic subtext. That is the reality for many. This pair was no different. Despite their best efforts, the world was intent on pulling them apart. We used to like the types of stories where love conquers all. Where the strength of your love will pull you through any hardship and everything is okay in the end. I lost her. And then I started this theater. But the story... Huh? I was hoping to find you. It's you! It's been so long. I thought I'd never see you again. You always think of the worst endings. I wasn't about to give up just because things got difficult. Why didn't you reveal yourself sooner? I feel like such a fool. I could say the same thing to you. You knew I could never resist giving you your stories a happy ending. So of course I would be drawn to a place like this. Yes, but... I didn't think it would actually work! Some things everything does turn out okay in the end. Thank you for reminding me of that. I love you. I love you too. And now truly everyone can live happily ever after. Hey, pickled pretzels. This game broke through my cold, cynical exterior. It's closed! It's closed! It's closed! Yuriception. The fucking fact that I thought that this was just gonna be an allegory for a gay romance, but no, it was an allegory for a gay romance. But that was part of the story between these two people in like an actual real gay romance. we were playing as comedy, how fitting. My tear ducts are dry, but I'm crying inside. Twilight has nothing on this ship, bro. What an appropriate stream title, considering I didn't know anything about this game before I played it.
This was the cutest shit I've witnessed in a while.
It's so
Flying face
cute!
Emoji, purple heart emoji.
Absolute Yuri. That was beautiful, man. That was absolutely fucking beautiful. Now I understand why people wanted me to play this specifically. Beautiful. Mwah! God, there was a makeshift campaign for the plushies of the Maiden and the Overlord, like, and I kind of missed that sale, and I kind of feel bad for it. Yuri won. There's nothing more to see, my love, but if you'd like to reset, if you really want to experience everything all over again, I'm happy to oblige. Shall we begin the resetting process? Nah. You're so fickle. Let me know if you change your mind. Oh. Everyone clapping for the Yuri.
Thank you.
Everyone clap.
I'm not crying. I just caught something in my eyes. It was tears.
The fact that the two characters, like the tragedy and the comedy character, like those two women, like had their characters like basically like represented in the story as the Maiden and the Overlord, but like they weren't actually them, but they were like based off of those two because the author was projecting her own feelings onto the work, dude. Like, ugh! The purpose, man, the purpose is intoxicating. This was extremely well written. I fucking adored everything about this. I wonder if this goes deeper, like it's an allegory for the creator too. I wouldn't put that on the creator themselves, Luma, but like, you can see the purpose of the story, you know what I mean? Like, you can see the author had a very specific idea for this, and like, they pulled it off like, oh! Amazingly. Alright, everybody. That's it, at least for today. That was amazing. I loved it. Thank you so much to everyone that constantly recommended me to play this game. It took me a while. It took me like a year plus after people started recommending me this. But I can absolutely understand why you people wanted me to play this. This was beautiful. I'll probably go down into the list of like the game suggestions that I have and like see if like is there anything more that I want to check out, because like you guys know what I like. Thank you to all the toxins that recommended this, you know? I need to trust my toxins a little bit more and see like revisit all the other stuff that they've been recommending me for a while, because like this was so delicious. Brilliant. Tomorrow we should be doing a chill reading in the evening, by the way, if you want to come over tomorrow for that. It's going to be like in the evening. But aside from that, we're done this weekend. I also have like a poll for the toxin level members, like the toxic level members, the second level members of the chat. So if you want to see the next few games that I'm going to be streaming next week, you can vote on those if you're a toxic level member. Thank you so much for staying on the channel. Thank you so much for visiting the streams. This was so good. I love these kinds of games. I need to do more visual novels, man. And I guess I'll see you next week, okay? Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Oh, my cheeks are red with like happiness. This was such a good ending. I love it. I love it. I'll see you guys later, alright? Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.